That was a lot closer than I think we all wanted it to be. But in the end, the fellas did find a way to come away with the victory, this time 4-3 over the Texas Rangers down in Arlington and at Globe Life Park. And with the W, the Jays continue their road dominance on this trip. And for the first time this year, the fellas are 77-60 on the year. 17 games over the 500 mark, just 3 games away from that 20 games over. And that's around where they were last year. Can't remember their exact record last season, but it was around that 20 game mark. So just kind of keep on plugging, fellas. But let's talk about this ball game, right? Ross Stripling got the start for the Blue Jays. He was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely stellar. We'll talk about him specifically in a little bit. Top of the first inning, George Springer leads off with a single. Then Vladdy gets the infield single. And, Bo Bichette then comes up. I believe it was runners in the corners with Springer at third and Vladdy at first. And he hits a ground ball to short, but it was kind of an awkward one. They haven't had him in the shift or something. Or second base they had him. Either way, right? He beats the play at first base, and the Jays got a 1-0 lead. George Springer comes in to score. Bo at the fielder's choice. He continues to be almost the entire offense for the Blue Jays. And fantastic stuff from Bo Bichette. We go to the top of the third inning. And with 2 out, Vladdy drills one to center field. It's a double. Isn't it nice when he gets the ball in the air? Good things happen, and it's a double. Up comes Bo Bichette. This guy, it's a slider, down and really out of the zone, but he finds a way to barrel the ball and crushes it to right center field, and it's gone. Another home run for Bo Bichette, putting the Jays now up 3-0. And this guy is on fire. He's driven in all 3 runs to this point in the ball game, and it is just spectacular what we are witnessing. Then at the bottom of the third inning, Josh Young hits his solo shot, his first big league AB, and he goes deep. Congratulations to the young fella for getting his first home run on his first hit in his first game. Good for him. Very well deserved, and you always like to see that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, it's against the Blue Jays, but again, if you're a baseball fan, you love to see it. Bottom of the 6th inning, with Ross Stripling on the hill, Corey Seager rips an RBI single. Marcus Semien comes in to score, making it a 3-2 ball game. Getting a little hairy here. He gets Nathaniel Loda flying out to second base, thank God, to end the inning, and that is it for Ross Stripling's day. A few innings later, bottom of the 8th, Jimmy Garcia on the hill, and Thompson hits a double. And this guy can flat out fly. And he's the number 9 hitter, which is not what you want to see. The number 9 hitter getting a leadoff double to turn the lineup over to Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, and Nathaniel Lowe. That is not what you want to see if you're the Toronto Blue Jays. And Marcus Semien missed a home run by what? About ain't much? Almost went out, but it didn't. It was caught by Ryan Maltapia on the warning track, and obviously Thompson, with his great speed, goes to third base on the play. They bring in Tim Meza to face Corey Seager and Nathaniel Lowe, both lefties, so it makes sense to bring in Tim Meza. But he gives it a double the other way. Not a great route to the ball by Raimel Tapia, but again, it probably would have been over his head anyways. And it's an RBI double for Corey Seager. Thompson comes in to score, and we are tied at 3. Meanwhile, the Jays have had opportunities to score, The inning prior to that, in that 3-2 ball game, Bo hit a triple, because why not? Again, a pitch that shouldn't be hit. Well, he hits a triple down the right field line. But Kirk strikes out, and Chapman strikes out. So that run doesn't come in to score. The next half inning, they tie it. You got to find a way to drive runs in with less than 2 out. And they didn't in that inning. They had quite a few opportunities, right? With guys in scoring position. They had the bases loaded at one point during the game. They couldn't drive any in, and it's tough. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Raimel Tapia leads off the inning with a walk. Then steals second, picked a good pitch to steal on. It was a curveball in the dirt, and Jonah Heim couldn't get a good grip on it. He got it in the glove and then tried to transfer it, and it popped out of his hand, so Tapia's safe at second base, and there's nobody out here. You got to find a way. And you could see Santiago Espinal, the entire AB, continuing to fail the bunt. The entire team failed. All the small stuff today was pretty much a disaster, and we'll talk about that in a second. But But he ends up getting the ball in the upper inner half, does that spin all, and he turns on it, and hits it pretty deep to left field, deep enough to get Tapia to run to third. He slides in safely, and you got a guy at third with one out. Again, in back-to-back innings, can you find a way to bring it home? And Danny Jansen, you heard him after the game talking to Hazel May, I just need to get that ball in the outfield. And he does! He dumps it into left center for a base hit. In comes Tapia, and the Jays regain the lead. It's now 4-3. They obviously had the infield in, so you do not want to hit the ball on the ground at any point, and he does not, and the Jays got the lead back. You go to the bottom half of the ninth inning, Jordan Romano comes out, of course, and just does what he needs to do. You know what I mean? Gets the first guy, I believe, to strike out, then allows a single, and then a stolen base. So now there's a guy second and one out, no problem. Gets both guys, both the next batters to end the ball game. Picking up yet another save for Jordan Romano. I think it's at 31 or 32. I want to say it's 32 for Jordan Romano. He continues to be absolutely electric for the guys. And most importantly, they win the ball game. But let's talk briefly about the small ball and how it was awful. We all know this team is just downright terrible with trying to lay a bunt down. They can't do it. Jackie Bradley failed to do it today. Espinal failed to do it twice. In this game, in that ninth inning, and earlier in the ball game as well, Jackie Bradley couldn't do it and then struck out. Like it was awful. Jays got thrown out twice trying to steal second base. What else can we say they did? Hit and run play. You know, I can't remember who it was took off. I think it was Matt Chapman took off the second base, and Ryan Maltavia swinging out of his shoes. Well, either he didn't know the sign, or that's his contact approach, which evidently shouldn't be the case. Swings right through it, Chapman gets thrown out at second. You know, I mean, stuff like that cannot be happening. It's small ball stuff. When you're struggling offensively with guys in the scoring position, you got to do the small stuff. Bunt, steal, move a guy over, hit a sac fly, hit and run. Those things go a long way. They didn't do really any of that today. You know, you could say, well, that's built in the ninth inning. You really think he was trying to pull that ball out of the ballpark? Of course not. With 2 strikes, he's trying to hit that ball hard somewhere. And he did. Luckily, it was deep enough for Tapia to tag up. And then Jansen with a nice AB. But other than that, you really didn't see a whole lot. Yeah, Bo Bichette, right? Like, it's just, you know what I mean? He's going to do his thing lately. Let's get to the offensive stats, shall we? Vladdy went 2 for 4 in the ballgame, had a little dribbler infield single, but you know what you love? Him actually running out of the box and boogieing, beating that play out in that first inning. It was huge. He scored a run as well, obviously on that 2-run shot. Speaking of 2-run shot, Bo Bichette went 2 for 4. Another multi-hit game for the guy with a run, 3 RBIs, and a home run. This guy is unbelievable in September so far. We just need him to continue it because the offense right now is kind of sputtering along right now, right? Matt Chapman went 2 for 4, had a single, had a double in the game, so he did a great job. And Ryan Maltavia, look, as much as I knocked him for that the swinging strike and the roots of the baseball and the hit and run play, you know, he did put up some pretty damn good ABs. 1 for 2 in the ballgame, took a single the other way, scored a run, obviously the game-winning run. He walked twice, including the game-winning one, and he stole a base. So he did do some things well, and without Lourdes Gurriel and Teoscar Hernandez, you need that production somewhere. And tonight, he gave that to you. Danny Jansen did a great job at the bottom of the lineup, 2 for 4 with an RBI, the game-winning shot for him. He was great. You know, he's going to call a great game. Any offense that Danny can give you is kind of just bonus. And he did that tonight. So really good job from Danny Jansen today. 10 hits total for the Blue Jays, 5 strikeouts, and they walked 3 times. Again, 4 runs on 10 hits. You'd like a little bit more out of that, but again, it's not a terrible, terrible number. Now, pitching-wise, Ross Stripling went 6 innings, 3 hits. Again, somehow allowed 2 runs off those 3 hits, though. It just seems to be the case. Remember his last start in Pittsburgh, he had like 2 hits, but it was 3 runs allowed. You're like, what the hell is going on here, right? 4 strikeouts, didn't walk a batter. He was great. Another quality start for Ross Stripling. I think I heard Dan Shulman post-game. He's had 20 starts this year, and he's allowed like one or 2 times, I can't remember the exact stat, of like 3 runs or more. Bottom line, Ross Stripling has been a freaking freak in the starting rotation. It has been impressive. It's been magical. Whatever words you want to use, he's been outstanding. And where would we be without Ross? Probably not in the playoffs, but I'll tell you that much. All right, Adam Simber went 2/3 and then allowed to hit a batter. Left the runners on the corners. Jimmy Garcia cleaned up that mess, right? Got out of that inning, however, created a mess of his own. In 2/3 of an inning, allowed one hit. It was the double to Thompson, allowed a run on the double from Corey Seager. He got a strikeout. Tim Mesa came in 2/3 of an inning, allowed the hit. That was the double to Corey Seager. And so the bullpen wasn't the greatest today. You know, everyone kind of came in and didn't really do a great job. But again, you got a W. And your key guy at the end, Jordan Romano, when you had the lead, went an inning, allowed a hit, got a couple strikeouts, and won the ball game. All right, so great job all around. Now, quickly, guys, we knew a couple Jays were hitting the IL. Well, one guy was hitting the IL, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. The hamstring stuff, we saw it yesterday, or a couple days ago. We knew it was going to be a little iffy. He hits the IL stint, and they're saying it probably be a little bit longer than that. So we're gonna have to deal with it for a little while, but one game at a time. Hopefully he's okay. He's on the bench at least, so that's obviously good news for him. But hopefully he's okay sooner rather than later, because let's be honest here, we need him out there. Whether you like him in the outfield or not, his bat is too dangerous to not have, because having a Jackie Bradley Jr., Whit Merrifield, Raimel Tapia out there every single day over Gurriel, yeah, no, I don't think I want that. All right? Teoscar Hernandez, congrats to Teo on another kid. He was on paternity list. He'll be back. They said he was going to be back tomorrow, so hopefully that's the case. Because, look, the lineup today didn't look the prettiest, right? But you need to get Teo back in that lineup to help these fellas out, because tomorrow's game 2 of the 3-game set against the Rangers. Kevin Gausman versus Arihara. That's the pitching matchup there tomorrow night. 7:05 first pitch there in Arlington, Texas, as the Jays look to win yet another road series, because the finale, Martin Perez is on the mound for Texas, and he's been great, and the Jays are firing out probably that bullpen day, which is going to be pretty ugly. So you really, really want tomorrow's game, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game this evening, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me a DM. Do all that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, of course, tomorrow. Jays Edition. Game 2 of the 3-game set against Texas Rangers in Texas, as the Jays look to win yet another road series and look to continue to build on their high water mark of the year, looking for 18 games over the 500 mark. Kevin Gausman against Arihara is the pitching matchup. 7:05 first pitch there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the ball game today. We'll talk to you guys then.